Hey, what's up DJ Tech Tools? Mad Zach here in the kitchen again. Today I'm going to be going over a bunch of cool things you can do with just one knob in Ableton. So the first thing I'm going to be showing you how to do is how to switch between instruments or drum racks. So if I twist it all the way to the left, turn that knob a little bit, I can go to the murder rack, and all the way to. So you got your MIDI track loaded, you drag your first drum rack onto the MIDI track. If I play it, select the whole drum rack. You could just hit Apple G, which groups it into an instrument rack. So now it's not just a drum rack, it's a drum rack nested inside of an instrument rack. Drag your different drum racks all into this instrument rack. I've got the murder pack. Okay, so I've got 4 different drum racks. If I hit a button right now, it's gonna play all of them at the same time because they're all layered on top of each other, so sounds terrible. But what we're gonna do is make a quick MIDI assignment that's gonna switch between each one. Enter my MIDI map mode, and then I just hit the track ons for all of the different drum racks right there and turn the knob. Go into each one and edit the value. It doesn't have to be exact, it just helps if they're evenly distributed. Start this one at 0 and go up to 32, and then I'm gonna start this one at 33 and go up to 64, and then 65 to 97, and then 98, to 127, that's fine. When I get out of MIDI map mode, turn the knob, it's actually switching between the different drum racks. And you can stack as many of these as you want. So if you've got a bunch of drum racks, there's no reason you can only do 4. It could also be different synth patches or whatever you want. So up next, we're gonna be combining the past 2 things that I showed you to use the Ableton beat repeat to do a cool glitch effect. Drag the beat repeat right on there. Turn chance all the way down, and you also want insert instead of mix. First thing you want to map to is the repeat. If you just want to turn something on as soon as you start turning the knob, bring this minimum value to just a little bit above 1. Now when it's all the way over at the left, it's not doing it, but as soon as I start to turn the knob, it's going to activate that parameter. The next thing you want to control is the grid, and we're going to edit the values a little bit. There's also a built-in filter here that you can play with. And the pitch. You can maybe turn off no triplet. Once you've got all your parameters dialed, group it, hit the macro thing, click everything that's already mapped, hit map, and it changes it from a MIDI mapping to a macro mapping and copies all of those ranges and everything, and then you just do that for all of them. You want to re-MIDI assign to that macro, and you'll get the same thing. One thing that a lot of DJ softwares and mixers have is the center detent knob that is a filter, so when you turn it to the right, it's a high pass, and when you turn it to the left, it's a low pass. Unfortunately, Ableton out of the box doesn't have anything like that, but I'm going to show you how powerful Mapulator is in creating a similar effect. We use an EQ8, put the high pass on the first band and the low pass on the 4th band. Select the parameter you want, then you hit learn. Start clicking here. You can draw it on a graph. For most of the throw of the knob, nothing's happening. But then as this curve starts to go up, we actually get that high pass. To create that center indent filter, I'm going to do the same thing for the low pass. Select a new parameter. Hit learn. And you can see now that when I turn to the left, I get the low pass. When I'm in the middle, it's not doing anything. And when I turn to the right, I get the high pass. Now the great thing about this is how easy it is to add a lot of different effects and add their own independent Mapulator envelopes so that they'll be turning on and off all within that one sweep. So for example, to go in and add a little bit of delay, drag your ping pong or whatever delay you prefer to use. It could also be a plugin. Select the parameter I want to include, go to a new parameter here in Mapulator, hit learn, draw your new envelope. Since the EQ is starting to come up here, I don't want the ping pong to come up until a bit later. This is really linear right now, but if I wanted to add more of a curve, you just hit Control and then click. For the first part of my knob turn, it'll just be doing the EQ, but then right at the end, you'll get a little burst of delay. So here, I'd use this position if I just wanted to pull out the bass for a mix purpose. And then maybe if I was mixing out the track, I wanted to space it out a little bit. Pull for the delay. So that's just a little bit of what you can do with Mapulator. And again, you can apply the envelopes in Mapulator to any plugin that's MIDI mappable, anything in Ableton. That's about it for today, or tonight, I suppose now. It's about time for dinner. Hope you enjoyed all the things you can do with one knob, and if you want to deck out your one knob with a bunch of cool chroma caps, you should check out our new colors. Over and out for DJ Tech Tools, Mad Zach. Have a good evening, guys.